Good morning, reception. Are you ready to do some phonics? Should we start with a song? This song's got some rhyming words in it. It's called Down by the Bay. I bet you'll know it once I start playing. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a duck driving a truck down by the bay? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a mouse building a house down by the bay? Did you ever see a mouse building a house? Should we have one more? Okay. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a frog sitting on a log down by the bay? Well, you might have seen a frog on a log, but I'm not sure about a duck driving a truck. Did you get those two rhyming words, duck and truck? Or a mouse building a house. He might be building his own little house, or maybe digging a hole. Not sure. Building a house. Mouse house. Okay, so rhyming words. Fantastic. Okay, so you've got your cards at home, so you can always practice your sounds, can't you? Let me just check how you're doing with your sounds. I'll give you a few just to check. Do you remember yesterday's sound? Z, zip. About this one. B. Do you remember I showed you how to tell which way round? Look, my thumb looks like a B. B, E, D. This looks like a bed, doesn't it? So that's always a good way to remember. That one looks like a B for the front of the bed and the back. B, E, D. Bed. Looks like a bed. That's the B, and the D is at the end. Very good. Let's give you a few more. Oh, look. And there is D for dinosaur. The B and the D. Oh, what's that one? G. Very good. Digraph. 2 letters, 1 sound. Okay. We'll stop there because we're actually today. We are actually going to learn a digraph today for our sound. We'll come to that in a minute. Just want to check that you remembered from yesterday our zzz. Zzz. Do you remember my coat had a zip? My pencil case has a zip here too. Zig, zag, zip. Do you remember how we write our z? Zig, zag, zip. Fantastic. Okay. There they are. Did you find that easy or a bit tricky writing that one? Zig, zag, zip. Sometimes it's tricky to get the lines going on that diagonal. Zig, so go across, down, zag, zip. That was our sound, wasn't it? My last session. You've had your tricky words now as well, haven't you, with Mrs. Williams? Brilliant. Okay, just finishing off on that z. Do you remember sometimes we get one z and sometimes we get two, a digraph version, and it comes at the end. So think of the word buzz, b, a, z, has, see it's got a digraph at the end there, zip, zigzag zip, z, it, p, zip, and it comes at the front there on its own. That's often how you see it. It can come in the middle of the word as well, but there it is at the end and at the beginning. Buzz and zip. Bzz. I've got my busy bee today. I think it's flown away somewhere. Hopefully it'll come back another time. Okay, so drum roll. What noise does a duck make? Quack. Quack. And that's the sound we're learning today. The quack. Quack, quack, 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 quack. And you see that the quack and the they're always together, these two. And there's a queen there that's going to help us to write it. And the queen carries her umbrella wherever she goes. So do you remember, for the we have an umbrella. For the qu we have a queen. When they come together, they make one sound. The queen carries her umbrella wherever she goes. Because they often, always, usually come together in words. Okay, put those back up there. So, let's have a go at writing these two letters, which make a digraph. 2 letters, 1 sound. Now we've only seen so far. We've only seen. You have had a digraph that you saw, you have seen before with two different letters. Recently we've been having like the double letters, haven't we? Like a double ul, we've had a double f, we've had a double s. Okay, but now you can see that we've got 2 letters, but they're different letters, aren't they? But they're still making one sound. Okay, so we're not saying we're just saying okay? So we kind of don't hear that Now for the we go round her head. Think of that queen. Round her head. Up past her earrings. She's got some fancy earrings on. And down her hair. And usually give it a little flick at the end. Okay? So I'll try that again. Round her face, past her earrings, down her hair. The flip. And do you remember how we do our It's been a while. Down and under, up to the top, draw the puddle. Down and under, up to the top, draw the puddle. Cool, we've got quite a few. That's quite a lot there, isn't it? Just for one sound to remember when you're writing it. Remember, we are doing phonics today, so phonics is mostly about letters and sounds and reading. What I'm doing here is I'm showing you how to write it, okay? But most important is that you can read that is the qu. Writing just helps us to learn it, and it's really important as well. But phonics, we're learning how to read that word, okay? So that's qu. It's 2 letters, 1 sound. We'll come back to writing a bit later. Let's learn a bit more about this qu sound, okay? Now, let's go back to our duck. And a duck needs. A duck's actually a very. Here's a duck here. They can go on the land and they can go in the water, can't they? And water, I'm going to make a little pond for our duck here, because another word for water is liquid. Okay, something we can pour. Liquid is something we can pour. It doesn't stay in a shape, a fix. Doesn't stay in it. It can change its shape depending what you pour it into. So here's our liquid. I've got some. Well, I put some green colouring in here. I'm going to pour it in here, and I'm going to make like a little pond for our duck. There we go. Now here's our duck, and ducks make the noise quack, don't they? They love quacking in the pond. So there's our pond filled up with liquid. It looks a bit murky, doesn't it? And is it going to float? Oh, just about. There we go, it's bobbing around. Might need a bit more liquid. I'm going to pour more liquid in. Ooh. My border's on a bit of a tilt, so you can't quite see. But there's our duck going quack in the liquid. Quack, quacking in the liquid. So let's have a little go at writing those two words. Liquid and quack. Whoop. Okay, so let's start off with quack. Quack. Let's try and break it up. Let's segment it. Let's break it up. So quack. 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 So quack. We need the qua. So let's have our qua. Round her face. Past her earrings, down her hair, and down and under, up to the top, and draw the puddle. Now we need that a and a k. What? I wonder what k is on the end. It's a digraph. 2 letters, 1 sound, and it's both of them together, both k sounds. So we need the curl around the caterpillar. And we need the kangaroo, so we need the down the kangaroo's body. Give it a, do you remember? Give it a tail and a leg. Quack. Quack. Ah. Oh, how many sounds is that? All together. Quack. 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 It's 3. Fantastic if you got that. Now, that's a quack. And I've got something else here. I've got my rubble car back. And this car can go quick. Can go really quick. Can move quickly. Let's say Rubble is quick in his car. So, we need most of these sounds again to write. So, quack. And I want ick. So I need to take away the a, the middle sound. Quack. Take away the a. I'm going to put in an I. Quack. 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 Quick. So, do you remember? Round her face, past her earring, down her hair. I'm trying to remember that down and under, up to the top and draw the puddle. Then we're going to have an I. Down the insect's body, dot the head. And our k again. Curl around the caterpillar. Down his body, give him a tail and a leg. Here we go. And can you see the only thing that's different in those 2 words is that sound in the middle, that phoneme in the middle. Quack, quack. Both have got 3 letters. Okay, so we've got our duck quacking in the liquid. Liquid is a tricky word. I will write it for you. It's got 2 syllables. Liquid. Let's try and break it up into 2 parts. Start with that first one. Lit. I. Okay, so we've got down the long leg. I. Down the body, dot the head. Then we need our qu sound. Oh, the qu is coming in the middle now. Around her face, past her earring, down her hair. Down and under, up to the top, and draw the puddle. So, ul, I, li, and then quid. Qu, quid. Quid. Qu, I. Again. And then d. Ooh, which way round is that? B, e, d. Oh, so it looks like that. That's my d. So I'm going to go, it's like a dinosaur, isn't it? Round his bottom, up his tall neck, and down to his feet. Ul, I, qu, I, d. Liquid. Wow, tricky. These are some tricky words here. Now, oh, the last thing I've got, look at this, beautiful quilt. And this was actually made by, this was for Belle, by her auntie Gail, and made with love for Belle. That's Belle's my daughter, and it's very special, a quilt. It's not just like one piece of material. Quilts have usually 3 or more bits of material, and they're all stitched and put together really lovely, really nicely. You can see it's actually like a patchwork quilt, isn't it? It's not quite a patchwork quilt, but it's got lots of detail on it. So quilt, quilt, quilt. I think I can hear 3 or 4 sounds. Let's check. Quilt. Quilts. Qua. E. Ult. There we go. I'm just going to check my video still running. Yes, fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Sorry that this has been quite a long session, but we've got lots of brilliant words here. I think for today, I'd just like you to have a go at trying to write these words. Perhaps you could have a go at trying to write that word quilt. Quilt. You could have a go at writing quack for the duck, or quick, or liquid. If you want to try and put them into a sentence, that would be amazing too. But I would just like you for today have a go at writing those 4 words, because I think there's quite a lot there to do. All right. Great seeing you, reception.